So I'm very, very pleased to be here with my allies. And first I want to introduce Jonathan Lovitz, who, as I said, is the Vice President of External Affairs at the National Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce and the Director of the NGLCC NY. The NGLCC is the business voice of the LGBT community and the sole certifying body for LGBT businesses nationwide. They have been true partners in supporting this bill, and I'm so proud to be standing alongside them. Jonathan?
Thank you, sir. Thank you very
Nice
much.
to see you.
Good to see you. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this historic announcement. On behalf of the National Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce and the more than 1.4 million LGBT business owners we represent in the United States and around the world, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Senator Brad Hoylman for his leadership on this essential issue, which is first and foremost about the economic development of the state of New York and its thriving, diverse business communities. Nationally, the NGLCC has a network of over 45 affiliate chambers, with additional global affiliate chambers on 5 continents. In concert with our partners around the world, the NGLCC serves as the globally recognized voice of the LGBT business community. And while our national headquarters are in Washington, D.C., our satellite office and home to one of the largest affiliate chambers is right here in New York City, making today's announcement all the more exciting for me as both the National Vice President and the Director of NGLCC NY. As a constituent of Senator Hoylman's home district, I couldn't ask for a better representative here in Albany, speaking for me and for all New Yorkers. Thank you, sir. For New York State's estimated 86,000 LGBT business owners, the New York State Supplier Diversity Act promises to provide fair and equal access to business contracting opportunities across the Empire State. Diversity in state contracting in turn fuels innovation, creates jobs, and drives economic growth, resulting in renewed competition, which drives down bid prices, ultimately saving New York taxpayers millions of dollars annually. From Manhattan to Utica, from Nyack to Niagara, this act directly touches the lives and livelihood of hundreds of thousands of hardworking New Yorkers. Everyday LGBT-owned, disability-owned, and veteran-owned businesses are making our state more attractive to investment and opportunity. These business owners employ thousands. They strengthen the economies of their communities, and they are proving that New York is the most inclusive place to live and work in the United States. But why right now, and why supplier diversity of all issues? It's because these business owners are asking for exactly what this bill delivers, simply a fair shot to succeed. It's the tax revenue created by LGBT, disability, and veteran-owned businesses that helps pay for the $240 billion spent on state contracts. And opening them up to all of our communities is simply a matter of fairness and a continuation of New York State's legacy as the national leader in economic opportunity. The Supplier Diversity Act is a powerful and logical next step for a state with a proud tradition of trailblazing opportunities for diverse citizens. At a time when governors and state legislators around the country are using discrimination like a hammer, hoping to gain political points by sowing discord and hate in their communities, it's fitting that the state that witnessed both the women's suffrage movement and 100 years later, the gay rights movement, is going to be home to the first ever legislative approach to creating the greatest opportunity for minorities to thrive. And I stress all minorities, and will continue to stress all minorities in all communities. Because to paraphrase my president at the NGLCC, when it comes to inclusion, there is no us against them. No more the pie isn't big enough. Because we all know, and New York State is going to prove, that the pie is as big as we collectively want to make it. When communities of color do better, so do we. When women do better, so do we. When people with disabilities do better, so do we. And when LGBT businesses do better, so do they. So let's be very clear about what the Supplier Diversity Act is not. It's not a handout, it's not a set-aside, and it is not any kind of preferential treatment for the LGBT community. It is an equal seat at the table for every hardworking, tax-paying citizen of the Empire State. It allows them the fair and unfettered access to win these state contracts on merit that they deserve. And it will, without a doubt, bring tremendous benefits to all minority communities throughout the state. As NGLCC saw with the 200% increase in LGBT business certifications following the inclusion of LGBT businesses in the Public Utilities Commission of California, we expect another major increase in applications for job-creating, economy-innovating LGBT businesses right here in New York. In both California and Massachusetts, the inclusion of new diverse segments also resulted in a review of all existing MWBE programs, leading to increased goals and more opportunities for everyone. But we often forget that the important work of uplifting a minority business community is incredibly personal. It affects the daily lives of real people like you and me. I'm very proud to be standing here with several certified LGBT businesses through the NGLCC. And to my left, I have with us Cindy and Rainey, partners in life and partners in business as co-founders of Krieger Cole Communications. In leading up to this special day, they told me that expanding New York's supplier diversity pool will create huge economic opportunities for growing lesbian-owned businesses like theirs. As a certified LGBTBE in New York, they welcome the chance to do a business with the state they love and to bring their authentic selves to the negotiating table as they vie for contracts here. A victory like this in New York would be a great boon for their company and allow them to contribute to the Empire State vibrant economy. I thank you both so much for sharing that with me and with the entire NGLCC community. You're an inspiration to so many people. It's because of you and George and Sean and the thousands of LGBT businesses that we represent here in New York and across the country that the New York State Supplier Diversity Act is going to continue leading the way, showing other states across the country that it can be done, that this is an economic and moral imperative that matters to everyone. So as we have for many years, we're proud to stand in this fight for economic opportunity with our dear friends and partners at the National Business Inclusion Consortium, the U.S. Business Leadership Network. It's very much my pleasure and honor to introduce their executive director and a fellow champion for diversity and inclusion, and fighting tirelessly for the disability business community, the wonderful Jill Houghton.